Well, Kenny, you wouldn't want to take the result into Saturday, but you take the heart and the atmosphere that was generated on Tuesday night.
Yeah, first off, the atmosphere was incredible, and we're very appreciative of that. And you're right. We're trying to take a lot of the traits that we had during that game into our league, into our level. Yeah, that's a big thing, and particularly into Saturday. The way we started the game, the way that we pressed. The chances that we've created, we do feel that with the players that we have up front as well, if we can play at that tempo and create that many chances, have probably our best day in terms of set piece delivery. Although we didn't score, we do feel we'll score goals. So yeah, there's a lot of the positives that we had on Tuesday night. We have to take out of those and replicate at our level starting on Saturday.
Do you think you're getting to a stage where it's critical to win a game or a run of games?
Yeah, it's always critical to win, and obviously with us, one win so far this season isn't good. Our league position isn't good either, and they're facts. That's the way it is. And while we're always, and I'm one for sort of basing it on the positives, I think you have to have an accurate assessment as well, because the results are the bottom line, and they need to improve. But similarly, results go off performances. I know that, and as a coach, you're looking at working at a process. Keep working at a process. Make sure that you keep making decisions, and then sooner or later they come right, and hopefully then the momentum gets for you. But yes, of course, it's a big game on Saturday. We want to do well. We want to take a lot of those traits. But for us anyway, disappointed with the Wycombe one. A 50-50 game, but. I don't think it worked. It didn't work. It wasn't a good performance by us. We can play a lot better than that, and we do need to. And we're capable of it as well. And in terms of Saturday, that's what we're focusing on.
People will look at Bolton's early results, but of course they've massively changed in the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've appointed a new management team, and although it was quite late, quite a number of players. But while we always look at the opposition's strengths and weaknesses, it's about ourselves, and I felt from Saturday we needed to change, and whether we were playing Southampton or back in our league on this week, we had to try to get the process going, and we feel we've done that, and we have to continue it. So respect the opposition, and as you say, for Bolton they've got good results against good sides in recent weeks, and obviously will be a test, and enjoy coming to Fratton Park. We understand that, but similarly. We want to continue our progress if we can, and a lot of the things that we did on Tuesday were better than Saturday, and again we will need to be one better again this week.
When your luck's out, your luck's out. Can you tell us any more about Ollie Hawkins?
Yeah, we've assessed him with a scan. It's actually the other foot this time, which is frustrating, because I was always going to give him a chance, and he's just come back now after a tough time of injury through pre-season, but he made a good start to the game as well, but similarly he'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks now, and for us there'll be a change in the back four, but also these things happen, the team has to come through it.
Ryan Williams, he's had a tough time, but he's showing a good fist of it at the moment.
Yeah, I thought it was his best game so far in a very early Pompey career, but he did really well against a good fullback. So hopefully now Ryan can build on that, stay fit. I know he's good enough. I've seen him in recent seasons, and he has to build on that. And will gain a lot of confidence out of that game. His pace, his energy, his running stats. They're really, really high, and the energy that he brings to a team, and the way he gets you up, and the way he attacks the outside is very, very good. So we hope, and I'm sure he can build on that now. Looked a little bit rusty probably last time out in the league, but yeah, on Tuesday, all of the training, all of the work that he's done, which has been a little bit of an extended pre-season, can I think point towards a good season ahead.
One can imagine also Harness coming back. That's another bright spot for you.
Yeah, we hope so. It's a muscle injury with Marcus, so we didn't want to and don't want to rush him back too quick. But similarly, he's had a really good start to his Portsmouth career, and should be able to now get over this injury and bed down and give us, I think, real strength in the wide area.
Any more injuries to report?
No, other than that, we're the same group. As I said, Hawkins will be out for 4 to 6 weeks, and then added to the group this week is Marcus Harness. and Ellis Harrison after his one-game suspension.
Might you consider changes there again?
I think minimal, really, if we can. We'll assess the group today. Some tired legs after Tuesday because the numbers were high, but similarly we have enough time to recover, and I'll assess it tomorrow to make sure everybody's 100% and okay.
Well, Kenny, that was a far different second half.
Yeah, it was. I thought first half we did look nervous, definitely, and took us a little while to work through that. And I did think, for us, with the way things went, 0-0 at half time was something that we could move forward and build on, and we did. I was pleased with the second half. We had more chances. I thought, overall, we deserved our win. Had other good chances to go with an excellent goal, cross and header from Pittman, and even the penalty aside, Close had two very good chances and a good clean sheet at the back. So hopefully, for us as a group and for the players, it's a building block. We can't go right to full confidence and maybe the top of our game in one hit. Each win builds a confidence, each clean sheet builds some confidence. Getting Marcus Harness back, I think, is quite a big one, because he's no disrespect to anybody else, but he's an important player for us and a very good player as well. And if he can stay fit now and get to maximum speed, we can build on what's a good win, and hopefully in our season a good building block today.
These nerves down to the position you find yourselves in and playing in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, it is, but that's part of playing professional football. That's part of playing for Portsmouth, which is an absolutely great club, and you have to come through that. You have to be able to handle it. I think anybody can play or manage one good game at Portsmouth. That's the case through the away side. It's different playing for Portsmouth, or it's different manage them. You have to be strong enough and good enough to come through spells like that, and make sure you put on a performance like you did in the second half, and then better, because obviously we want to build confidence and try and improve.
Harness made a difference, as you suggest, when he came on.
Yeah, he's had a good start to his Portsmouth career. Been very pleased with him, and he has to keep fit now and play a big part. He can. He has a lot of ability and can be the difference for us, we feel, this year.
When Brett's penalty hits the post, you must stand there with your hands just out and ringing everything, because it's what else can you do?
Yeah, it's a tough one, and it's a collector's item anyway. Brett Pittman missing a penalty. He doesn't miss many, and he'll be on the next one. That'll be the case. He's good enough to come through that, and great that I thought an excellent cross. He converted with a header, but from an excellent cross. Got the winner, which was the difference. And overall, I did think deserved the man of the match award. Played very well, and as I said, for us it's a good second half, a deserved win. Hopefully now a building block in our season towards building up some confidence, some momentum. We have to earn that. Nobody's going to give us that, and we have to earn that. We have to dig in, earn everybody's respect, everybody's confidence, and that's part of professional football now, and it's part of playing for Portsmouth, and we're capable of it.
Do you feel you have to go on a run of wins? Yeah,
it looks it. I mean, if you're looking at the table and where we are, I know we have a game or two in hand, but we're on 9 points, and of course we want to run. But even if you're at the top, you'd want to run. You need a run wherever you are, and we're in a position we don't want to be in the table, and we want to be up there competing if we can. And there's only ourselves and our good form will change that.
Did you feel comfortable at 1-0?
You never necessarily comfortable until the whistle's gone, and certainly at 1-0, however dominant you are, something can happen. They had the free kick from some 30-35 yards out, which with the wind he hit, but I always felt Craig had that covered. Other than that, didn't create anything second half, and I'm pleased to say that even with 5 minutes injury time, we came through it as a group and managed to, one, keep a clean sheet, and two, most importantly, get a win that we have to make sure we build on.
Yeah, you say about clean sheet, you put Raggett in. Were you pleased with the defence?
Yeah, definitely. We've been looking to settle, a back four down as much as we possibly could, and it's a shame to lose Solly Hawkins, but these things happen, and we've needed a big centre half, if you like, at times, particularly in both boxes, because we've been second best a little bit so far in set pieces, which isn't good enough to be a consistent winner, and Sean will really I think build on that and hopefully forge a good partnership now with Christian Burgess.
Cleared long, Raggett loses out in the air to Daryl Murphy, but both lose track of where the ball went, and it's Murphy who gets it and finds Crawford outside the area to Verlinden. Left corner of the box for Bolton, trying to take on James Bolton, coming back on his right foot, shot block, good save, McGilvery, loose ball is forced behind off Murphy. Whistle is blown. Hunstruck steps over the ball, Pittman palmed away, loose in the area, and Bolton will clear to halfway. Closest Portsmouth have come, it is 0-0 between Portsmouth and Bolton. We've played 12 minutes of this second half. Pompey in possession, Harness, the second half substitute, chips it into the area looking for Marquis, good ball, headed up in the air, loose in the penalty area, Marquis can't get there, Curtis to Marquis, chance for Marquis, goes down, penalty kick to Portsmouth. Whistle goes, here comes Brett Pittman with his right foot, he's hit the post, he's missed! On halfway, it's a slightly risky touch from Burgess. Here's Harness outside the area. Harness to shoot from distance, just wide of the post.
Yeah, it's a good effort from him.
And finds Bolton, good play, 2 to aim for in the middle. Chip to the far post, Pittman's there, headed back across, goal! And into the back of the net! Brett Pittman finally breaks the deadlock. 5 minutes after missing a penalty, converts James Bolton's right wing cross. It's Portsmouth 1, Bolton 0. Harness chips it into the penalty area. Evans underneath it, good header away by Lowe. Close on the edge of the box. Ben Close to shoot. Close pulls it wide.
He worked that shot so well, didn't he?
There is not a single blue shirt.
Well, I think they're
in the penalty area.
They're just trying to manage the ball, aren't they?
Oh, Harness hasn't read that. He's driven into the area, pulling it back for Evans. Close is there, over the bar, and a miss.
Kenny, whatever way you look at it, the public or the Pompey public will be expecting a win on Saturday, but it doesn't always work like that, does it?
But I was looking for one, and you always need to win your next game, particularly in such an open division as it is. We're one of the sides that have a chance of getting one of those 3 promotion places that we want, and you need a strong finish. We really do. It's okay saying it's open, but you have to push on. So good win against Wimbledon. Recent sort of quite a good run if you're looking from November onwards. We've had good results generally, but the focus is on the next game, and great game to play in as well. Good stadium, terrific pitch. Should enjoy going up there.
The likes of MK Dons and Accrington, where you come a bit unstuck, teams that are down lower. Do you see that as a problem?
Yeah, they're difficult games. There's no easy games whatsoever, and Bolton certainly won't be. They've had their own sort of problems, more off field than on. Obviously, for Keith Hill and Dave Flitcroft, they've done a very, very good job so far in difficult circumstances, and we'll be looking to build themselves. But we're at a different stage. Everybody is. We have to focus on ourselves, make sure we're right. And as I said, not underestimate the game at all. We certainly didn't underestimate those games, and have done everything we can to try to win it, and followed it up by beating Fleetwood away, which is a good one. So our away form's been mixed. We've had some very good results, but have we been as consistent as last year? No. If we were, though, we'd be sort of far and away and at the top of the league. So we have to try to aspire to that. But some difficult away games coming up second half of the season, and this will be no different whatsoever.
Well, I imagine it won't be too different aside from Wimbledon.
It won't be. We've got a similar group. There isn't any injuries from that particular game, which is good news for us. And we're slowly getting 1 or 2 more players back. We see Houndstruck back, Watmore back. Lads like that's very, very good. McCrory won't be available. More likely next week, I think. But he'll be back with us and in full training next week, which is good news. So if we can get as strong a squad as possible, and as people ask me about additions, but I was looking at for the people to come out the treatment room, and additions that way can really help us as well and give us balance.
Rory, where do you see him fitting in?
I think his best performances so far have been right back, and he's a good attacking right back. We have James Bolton there at the moment, who's had some excellent performances and good results as well in that. And I do feel as well balance is setting off who's gets forward very well. But for Ross, anyway, his best games for us has undoubtedly been at right back. We haven't quite seen the best of him yet. There's been glimpses, but with him coming back, we think that he'd be very unlucky to get injured again. He's a young, fit lad and deserves a good run between now and the end of the season, where we can really, we think, play him consistently and get the best out of him.
2 cup competitions to follow. Is your league positions and performances going to get again on the rocks?
I think that when those cup games come around, and the most important thing is the league. 100% it is, and Saturday's game is another big game in a very competitive top part of the division. But that's where we want to be. We should enjoy it. We should relish the challenge, and it is a big challenge. So that's where all of our and most of our thoughts come. But then come Tuesday and then next Saturday, we'll want to win those games on that day, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think the cup hampers your league performances. In some ways it can enhance it, because winning breeds winning, and we need in 3 competitions a big finish to the end of the season and as many wins as possible.
You say people are asking about additions. Are there likely to be any or many?
It's quiet at the moment, and there certainly won't be any in from Saturday. But if we can be as strong as we can through January, fine. But similarly, there's some good players, and has been some good players to come back. And so the crowd give Jack Watmore a great reception last Saturday, which was, I was very pleased with. Should really encourage him after a time out. And there's some good players to come back from our treatment room as well, and they can make a difference.
And of course, Jack got through 90 minutes on Tuesday.
He did, and played well as well. 1-1 draw for Rico Hackett-Fairchild as well. Played up front, scored. So positive additions in that particular game. Just underneath Hadji as well, after a long spell out, missing the first half of the season. So some good performances in that, and some encouraging ones just beneath the surface.
Now, your best player is always going to be linked with departures. Ronan Curtis' name keeps coming up. Anything to do there?
No, there isn't. I don't think anything's going to happen. We haven't had any inquiries or bids, and I'll be very, very surprised if we do, or if anything happens in that area.
And Luke McGee?
Yeah, Luke McGee has gone up to speak to Bradford today, so we'll see. We've given him permission. The 2 clubs have agreed in terms of contractual terms. And so it'll be up to Luke now if he wants to take up that opportunity. We're okay for him. It's been tough for him behind both Craig and Alex, and he's been professional, worked hard, and if he gets a chance and an opportunity at a club like Bradford, if he wants to take it, we're fully behind him.
And particularly in mind, you've signed now Alex Bass on a 3.5-year contract, which says something about how you see him. Yeah,
in my time here, he's quietly progressed and got better in every area of goalkeeping, and I do feel he's someone who has a really good future, and delighted that he's committed his future just off the back of a few first team games now. And everybody can see not just his potential, but what a good goalkeeper he is. I do feel it's a good department. Both him and Craig, I have a lot of trust in. They're both good goalkeepers. And just beneath now is a good young keeper, and with the likes of Hadji signing, Rico signing, there's a few young uns there just underneath that will look after the future of the club.
John, define the season for you so far.
It's been a bit of a mixed batch, really. There's been some good parts and some not so good parts. I say as a team and personally, we started the season quite slowly, but of late, sort of last 3 months or so, the results have been a lot better. Only a couple of losses in there. For me personally, I think after the sort of bedding in period in the first sort of 10 games, switched my role a little bit, and been able to get some goals and get a few assists sort of in the last 11 starts, got 7 goals and 4 assists, so I just want to be playing as much as I can, and hoping that I can affect the team and affect the game so that we can try to pick up some points.
Much has been made of that position. Is it a big deal to you?
Not really. As I say, I'm learning the role. It's not it's not something that I've ever really been used to before I came here. But there's loads of different ways to play it. As I've said, there's sort of myself, there's Andy Cannon, Gareth Evans, Pittman, who can all play that role and all play it differently. So there's no sort of set instructions of what you need to do. It's sort of play it as you see it and express yourself really. And obviously being a striker, I'm sort of play a little bit more attacking and try to get into the danger areas a bit more, which is more natural to me than say maybe Andy Cannon, who's a bit more of a midfielder. But obviously you do have a responsibility and a role to do some defensive duty as well, a little bit more than you do as a centre forward. So it's just, as I say, getting the balance right of being effective in that position and affecting games with goals and assists and performances.
Did you understand you'd play in that position when you signed?
No, I didn't know I was going to obviously play there. It was, I sort of saw myself and see myself as a number 9, and that's sort of where I've had the most success in my career, barring a couple of games when I played at Orient, I played as a number 10 and I was moved onto the wing a little bit there, but I always saw myself as a centre forward, and that's probably my most effective position. But the way that we're playing at the moment and the way that the team's set up, it's suiting having sort of Ellis up there with his physicality and his strength and his aggression, which obviously means that I'm sort of biding my time a little bit for the number 9 role. But when I've played and got opportunities in the number 10, I think I've done okay. As I say, I've contributed with goals and assists, and that's sort of all I can really do from there, as well as my sort of work rate and athleticism that I can show in that position.
Like you said, 7 goals. I think you might have done yourself out of one, because I count it as 8. But that's not a bad tally, is it?
Yeah, no, obviously I got 8, but sort of 7 in the last sort of batch of games. As I say, I started the season pretty slow, and I think I only had maybe 1 in the first 10 or 11. And then since then, sort of, look at like the Southend game and the Rotherham game, the Lincoln game, sort of from that sort of batch of games. As I say, in my last sort of 11 starts, there's been a couple of short sub appearances in there as well. But being able to contribute to that it's okay. And yeah, I've got 8 goals. It's not sort of the numbers and stuff that I've been hitting in the past few seasons, but as I say, playing a slightly different role. But I still believe that if I can get back into the side and get a run of games from now to the end of the season, I'll be able to hopefully keep scoring, keep on a good run, keep contributing to the team, which will ultimately help us win games of football and try to get us where we want to be.
Yeah, it's not inconceivable that you might reach 15, 20 again by the end of the season.
Yeah, you never know. You can go through hot spells and cold spells, and you could go and roll up on Saturday, get a hat trick, and all of a sudden you're on 11 and it looks really different. So obviously football can change very quickly. You can, as I say, I've got 3 and 3. Hopefully this could be a start of a bit of a purple patch and I get on a bit of a run of goals. And that obviously helps your tally tick over quite nicely. So, but the most important thing is obviously us getting the wins and the points that we need to achieve what we want to try to achieve this season.
Bolton's a funny kind of game because people will expect you to roll them over.
Yeah, people look and probably say Bolton are at the bottom of the table and struggling, but they've obviously had a lot of issues, a lot of change of players and new managers come in and all the off the field stuff, which is, it's not nice to see, but people will be probably expecting for us to go there and win. We're going to be aiming to try go there and win, but it's not a given. Obviously when we played them earlier in the season, we scraped a 1-0, and that was sort of their first full team with a proper side that they had, and they wasn't playing some of their younger players. So they do have a lot of quality players. They've brought in some good players, and we need to just make sure we're professional and we apply ourselves correctly to try to get the win. Because if we take away the stuff that we have been doing well with recent and try to do something different, it may not work for us. So we need to just keep on doing what we've been doing to win games of football. Still
in 2 cups, handily placed in the league. It's all to play for.
Yeah, we're halfway through January now. This is really the business end of the season, and it's a bit of a cliche, but no one really remembers what happens sort of August, September, October. It's sort of what happens between January and May, which really changes and defines seasons. So we're in a good position. Last season, obviously, Portsmouth were long way up front, and with that comes a different pressure of everyone wanting to beat you, trying a little bit harder to beat you. But we're sort of just ticking along nicely, and we're sitting in a position where we can hopefully try to win some games and keep pushing up, and first of all try to get into the top 6 and then move on from there.
And you've come close to the Championship so often before. Could this be it?
Yeah, obviously there's a chance that it could be. Don't want to, say that it's a formality that it'll happen, but we need to make sure that we apply ourselves correctly every single game. Keep a winning mentality throughout the team, throughout the squad, because there's 11 players that start, but we're going to need everyone between now and the end of the season to be successful, whether that's people that are not playing. They may have big roles to play come the back end of the season, so everyone's got to be ready, everyone's got to be training hard and pushing each other in the group to make sure that we're in a good position coming into the back 3 months of the season.
Kenny, I bet you're glad to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, we are, and I've got to say, supporters really drove us on. They played a key part, and fully appreciate them coming up all this way and giving us that type of backing. Great to get the first goal in what was quite a tight first half. Not many chances. We looked like we were perhaps a little bit stronger, got the ball into good areas in the first half. Anyway, from a Seddon free kick, Raggett's got the first touch, and good to see Burgess then scoring, because I don't think the centre backs have scored enough, and those sort of key goals in the second period. It took us a little while to adjust. I do think the substitutions just helped us to have a little bit more in midfield, defend the 1-0 lead slightly, and then I was looking for that second goal on the break that didn't come, and we had to then scrap it out. Overall though, a fantastic win, really, really good win, and a big one today.
They really put you under the cosh in the second half.
Yeah, they did. They were always going to. Let's be fair, we didn't get any, or if any, decisions whatsoever, and it's always going to go that way, and you have to be able to come through it, appeal for things, but then go again, and that was very much part of it. But credit to the players, a fantastic clean sheet, and deserved win.
Did you feel you retained the ball well enough in that second half at times?
It was hard for us to get any type of flow. I did think that in terms of the boys coming on, it helped us in terms of our midfield as well, and I was looking for that second goal on the break, definitely, and we had the chances, the breaks, the opportunities, the situations to do that, and if you're 1-0 up away from home, you have to be either ruthless enough to do that, to put the game away, or just resilient enough at the back to be able to scrap it out, and I'm pleased to say a combination of the two worked for us. It's a fantastic win for us, a terrific one, and one we should build on.
Defensively, you were superb throughout. Yeah,
and you need to be sometimes, and it's something that hasn't been really a feature of our season so far. Our goals against, Column has been okay, but not outstanding, and we've always looked like we've got goals in us, and that's been the balance of our season so far, for us anyway. We always know that it's going to be such a big game for the opposition. They're going to produce performances, which obviously Bolton did today. They have their own sort of situation anyway. We see that, but for us, it's a fantastic win. Congratulations to the players, but above all, my thanks go to the supporters that have travelled up here and backed us so well.
I suppose that game epitomises, again, no easy game in this league.
Well, there isn't going to be, and as I said, if you're looking at the first half, it was quite tight. I did think we looked the stronger really, and it was going to be us. I'm pleased to say then that we got the first goal, and from a free kick as well, where we haven't been sort of prolific enough, if you like. We had a lot of free kicks in the first half, a lot of corners, and we've got our noses in front through one of them, where Sean's got the first header, and then Christian Burgess has finished it off. And as I said, it's been situations where my centre halves haven't scored enough goals, because you do need them to come up with somewhere between 5 and 10 if you're going to have a promotion season. They can make the difference. So got our noses in front. Second half, we did need to change it tactically, because particularly at the start they were on top of us. We looked like we needed that second goal on the break, and at times I thought we were going to be able to do it, because we got ourselves in good enough situations. The second goal didn't come, but I'm pleased to say then that we were resolute and defended fantastically, and really, I felt battled and scrapped for each other, and proper team spirit on days like today.
And the word for Alex Bass, you said you had a gut feeling putting him in. It can't be a gut feeling anymore.
No, I think I've got two good goalkeepers though. I think with Alex, he's improved since my time here, and Craig's done nothing wrong either. So, you know, overall for Alex, for Craig, whichever keeper I play, I'm very confident in both of them. And at the moment for us, you know, I'm confident enough then to be able to let Luke McGee go in the week. That just shows the standard of the other two, because Luke is a good goalkeeper as well. But they've really, you know, driven each other on. And as I said, you know, whichever one plays, whether that be Alex or Craig, I'm very confident in that department.
The defender is stooping his head, and the forward is just, I suppose, got his boot knee high.
Here's Curtis driving forward, shoots from distance, deflected, and Matthews has to just punch it behind for a corner.
Well, it was a good strong connection from Curtis, was it?
This time the runners are going to come from deep. Bolton round the back, in towards the near post. Free, and it's been fired over the bar by Bolton from 2 yards out. 0-0. BBC Radio Solent Sport, in it comes. Lovely delivery, header is cleared half away, and Christian Burgess is on hand to put it into the back of the net. And Christian Burgess has his first Pompey goal of the season. And Bolton can clear.
Very cool play from Enciala there, wasn't it? Just take a touch in front of the two advancing Pompey players, gets him away.
Seddon tried to intercept a long ball. Shot comes in after good play from Politic, but it was from a tight angle. Now Emmanuel has it once more for Bolton, trying to go round the outside of Curtis. Instead comes infield. He's 30 yards out, centrally placed, but a lot of blue shirts ahead of him. Shot comes in from distance, or it's going to come in from Darcy. Turns one way then the other. Oh, Bass didn't catch it cleanly. Suddenly Pompey have been opened up. Hamilton keeps it moving. Darcy, he's got Curtis for company. Good run from Darcy round the outside of Seddon. Good cross, header, and it's somehow, well, how have they not scored? Bolton looking to come down that right hand side, and Raggett's come out, and Dodo is one-on-one with the centre-back, with two men in the middle, and Dodo with a couple of step-overs. Dodo into the area, Bass can't hold it, it's blocked on the goal line, but it wouldn't have mattered because it was deemed that Bass was fouled. Clearance over halfway by Matthews. There's still work for Pompey to do, plenty of work, as Williams has played his side into trouble. O'Grady looking for Politic in the area again. Politic past one challenge, drives another, gets a shot on goal, which Bass saves comfortably to his right hand side. Bolton will come forward once more. Murphy.
Can't relieve the pressure, Pompey, can they?
And now Dodo. Nice shot on goal, great save, Bass!